Hello, my name is Greg Dickinson. I'm the CEO of Amadim, and we're very happy today to be a part of the Product-Led Summit. And we're going to conduct a quick 20-minute workshop, give you a couple takeaways that you can take back to your workplace right away. And it's all about how to use the autonomous demo to drive sales. So let me get myself out of the picture here, and let's get started. That's much better. All right. So our objectives today are to discuss and show you that product-led doesn't have to mean only trials, right? And there's some pros and cons there, and we want to expose you to that. How are product-led companies using the demo effectively? And last but not least, how to enhance that trial experience for your buyers. So let's start off with kind of setting the backdrop here. This is an image that was developed by Aptrensic, and we give them credit for that. It's a great way to depict the traditional go-to-market strategy on the left and the new go-to-market strategy for a product-led, product-centric experience. But in addition to this, we think there's an alternative, and that is, why not, instead of having the product here, which is a trial, why not move it up into the awareness phase, right? Let's get that product in the buyer's hands immediately, get them engaged with your product. And the reason for that is think about you and I. If we walked into an Apple store and the product wasn't readily available where we could walk up to those beautiful tables and pick up the phone and touch the phone and play with the phone, experience the phone, understand the features and functions, etc. Instead, right, we had to go through the old-fashioned go-to-market strategy of, hey, thank you for coming to the Apple store, fill out a form, and someone will come back and have a conversation with you, and later on, you can see the product, right? Why not get that product in your hands and make sure that this is what you want to do and help to qualify that buyer earlier, right? As soon as possible, get that product in their hands. So that's what we're going to talk to you about today is how can that be done, right? How can I be a product-centric buying experience and start it here as opposed to down here with only the trial? And let's start off showcasing marketing, right? That's the first phase of this, which is the awareness phase. Geez, marketing has got a tough job today, right? There's more noise and more channels for information than ever before. There's a research I read just last week from Price Intelligently said that we have 12 competitors today. 5 years ago, we had 3. So marketing's got a really tough job. They got to drive more leads. They got to develop more content. It has to be personalized. They need to worry about the brand experience, AdWord ROI, and these low converting CTAs. And frankly, their biggest challenge is when they do all these things right and they drive people to the website, the only alternative today for a product demo is request a demo. The bounce rate across the board for software companies, when someone clicks on your website, the request a demo button, and they're greeted with the form, the bounce rate is 85%. 85%. So that's really not helping marketing. Marketing does their job. They do a great demand gen, and lo and behold, your buyer hits a brick wall. Why can't we get marketing into the product-centric mix? Let's get marketing to be able to use right in their digital content. Your product is your best content, right? Get that product embedded in the digital content with interactive, searchable video demos. Get the demo in the hands of the buyer as part of the digital strategy. For instance, on your website, contextual content. Someone goes to your website, they look at a solution, they begin to read about the value of the solution. Today, request a demo is their option to see it. How about tomorrow, put a link in there that brings them right to a video that explicitly talks about the feature or function they were reading about. Show me, don't tell me. How about email? You get an email, the marketing is absolutely thrilled when someone opens up the email, but then they read it and their option is click here to download a white paper. How about click here to see the product? Use your product as your best call to action. So those are 3 use cases. I'm going to walk you through one real quick and show you instead of tell you. Okay, so this is a sample email that anyone in your marketing department could have sent out, right? This is Marie Patterson, our Chief Marketing Officer, and she's sending a note to Wes kind of a way for us to remember to thank Wes for all the hard work he did in putting this product summit together. But typical email, right? Hey, I got some new stuff I want to talk to you about. I think, read about this, etc. And the old school way would have been, here's a link to the white paper we've developed on this topic, right? Content Marketing 101. What we talked about a moment ago and how we want to showcase in the use case here is, instead of doing that, let's add product-led, product-centric approach. Experimenting with and we get asked questions about is, well, one of the advantages we think we see with Demo on Demand is that unlike a request demo, so you went from the email to a video that talks about, in this case, it's how the demo to improve my web to lead conversion rate. The prospect can now listen and see specifically. I'm not going to go through the whole example, but your product can be showcased here to show that particular feature and or function right there as part of your digital marketing. This same approach, right, could be used on your website. Someone's, instead of reading an email, they're reading about a certain feature. We have a really unique way in which, in a competitive differentiation for how we do analytics. And they read about it and they go, wow, that's pretty cool. I'd like to learn more about that. Boom. They click on that contextual content link and they're brought to a video just like this, right? Where the prospect, the buyer, the product-centric buyer can get to their hands on your product immediately. All right. So I think you can see how marketing now can be part of that product-led, product-centric strategy. What about sales, right? Whether you're a BDR, a sales rep, an account executive, a SDR, we all know this scenario happens every day. You're lucky enough to get someone on the phone. You're 1 minute, 2 minutes into the conversation, and the buyer says, that's great. I love what I'm hearing. Can I see the product? Can I get a demo right away? Traditionally, our approach has been, yeah, we can, we'll get someone else on the phone, we'll schedule that, and et cetera, et cetera. But it's not immediate, right? It's not a show me. It's not getting them engaged in your product. It's not product centric. And sales is all about more leads, better opportunities. Their sales cycles are increasing. They are struggling today with this go-to-market friction that is causing the buyer who wants to see the product early have to go through this labyrinth of forms and lead nurturing and lead scoring algorithms in order to get their hands on the product. The buyer's self-guided. And when you enlist a junior level pre-sales engineer to show them a high level generic demo, they consider that to be what's termed in the industry, and I've been a pre-sales engineer for 20 years, is a show up and throw up demo. It's not personalized. It's not specific to that buyer. So sales is challenged with this buyer that wants to see the product, that wants to engage. All of us are this way, right? Think of the app effect on our phones. We can look at apps immediately and to tell whether we like it or not. That's how we are bringing that behavior into our buying habits of technology and software today. So as software companies, how do we solve this from a workshop and a use case perspective? Well, first and foremost, you can record demos yourself. Put those on your website so that when your BDR or your sales rep has someone on the phone and the prospect says, show me the product, instead of putting them through that friction, how about saying, yeah, here you go. Here's a video that can give you a quick introduction as to what we do, etc. Right? What about a little longer video, right? Can you then introduce searchable video so that your prospect doesn't have to sit through 60 minutes? You don't know what they're interested in, so you don't know what 5-minute video to send to them. But you could, if you had a 60-minute video, and allow them to be able to search that video and be able to find the 4 or 5 or 6 areas of your software that they're highly interested in, and they can consume that content and understand your product inside of 10 minutes. Very valuable to them, very valuable to you. And last but not least, gosh, our process today is all about weight. And we want to show you a use case where anyone can give an awesome demo, right? Can give that video that we talked about, that searchable, interactive video, if you have that technology, to be able to allow that prospect to get to, right, your sales rep, your pre-sales, your BDRs, a demo immediately. Let's take a look at that use case. All right, so let's look at the sales use case. And the scenario that plays out very, very often, right, is that the BDR, the SDR, the account executive, or someone gets a prospect on the phone, the prospect asking lots of questions, your team is answering the questions, and eventually, right, what you would hope for, right, eventually that prospect says, man, that sounds really good. Can I see the product? Traditionally, we have to go to the pre-sales engineer, right, and get that meeting scheduled for down the road, right? And there's a discovery call and all the other kind of traditional go-to-market steps are followed. How about instead, right, OThought has their dashboard where they track their demo qualified leads and other things. That's not the focus of this use case. It is, hey, the prospect is on the phone and they want to get a demo right now, launch that demo for them. So now you've engaged with that prospect. You can tell them, hey, let's share screens. I'm going to show you what we call a sales assisted demo. B, you can send them this simple URL so they can load it up. Maybe they're on the iPhone, right? Or they're on their phone and they want to be able to see the demo while they're on the train, because you got them on the phone. You don't want to lose that connection. But this platform you have, right? Many companies out there will host this for you. Static video, interactive video, or searchable video, or all the above. And the nice thing here is, let's say that prospect was asking questions about life cycle models. That's what got them excited when you started describing how you handle life cycle models. Now you got them on the phone. You now have them into the demo. You can show them that feature right away. And the cool thing about this is this content, all this content, would be created by your best and brightest demo people, right? Your BDRs, your salespeople, your SDRs, you didn't hire them for demos. You hired them for prospecting, opportunity management, sales management. So maybe they're not the best demo people in the company, but now they can use pre-existing content you built with your everyday content, whether it's sales material or product material about your company, about your products, and engage that prospect right away. And they become a demo qualified lead or a product qualified lead, and then maybe they jump into the trial. So here the prospect can ask a series of questions. BDR can help them ask questions, understand your product. We can look at recommended questions. Here's some topics we think would be useful for that BDR to look at. So again, great way for you to utilize a technology to get the product in the hands of your prospect right away, because we all know that use case of the prospect wanting to see the product while they're on the phone happens every day. This is a second use case for that sales organization, right? And so what we're showing you here is, remember we talked about in sales, showing the product right away. So this is our website, right? I'm not going to go into all the details, but it does show you that we don't have a request demo button. We've got to start your demo button. Prospect clicks on that button and they're into our demo environment for that prospect. But you can also use a technique that one of our customers uses, which is by selecting, right, the software demo, you're giving that prospect a choice. Seeing is believing, schedule a guided tour, or watch a demo right now. So these are two ways in which you can, again, marketing has driven your prospects to the website. We know that product-led is successful today because it's getting the product, your greatest asset, your greatest call to action, in the hands of the prospect faster. So why not utilize available technology today, videos, searchable video, or interactive videos to engage that prospect, that self-guided buyer, much earlier in the sales cycle? And here's just two examples. You can do this today yourself, right? You don't need any, you can record your own videos using Camtasia or using Zoom like I did here and make those available to your prospects immediately. Two things you can take away from the workshop today that you can do, right, to help your organization be product-led. So now let's move on to trials and tribulations, right? So you've done a great job in marketing and sales, and now this prospect wants to do a trial. Trials are great. Trials are an excellent way for you to align your selling process, your go-to-market strategy with the buyers of today, right, that want to get that product early. However, not all products are trial ready. Right? Some of our products are just a little complicated for trial. Second of all, not all companies are trial ready, right? Slack uses trials, and they have aligned their organization to be I think I read, there's 10 times as many customer success and support people as there are salespeople, right? They are aligned and ready to go with the trial strategy. Some people that have embraced a trial strategy have not had the conversion rates that they want. And they utilize email communications to try to jumpstart that trial conversions, as well as, right, kind of a lot of support overhead. And so when we talk about this video and these demos we've been using today, right, can we talk about those that are not trial ready? Can I use the product experience to interactive searchable videos? If you don't have a product that's trial ready and your organization is not trial ready, how about using some technology, the videos today, to get that product in the hands of the buyer sooner and utilize that as a method to answer that demand of the buyer that says, hey, I want to see your product. Also, we see a lot of companies come to us and talk about the fact that their buyers download the trial instead of asking for a pre-trial demo, right? That requested demo we talked about earlier detracts that buyer. They don't want to go down that path. So they take your trial and download it, or start using it, I should say. And boy, is that what we really want, right? Do we want them to do a trial just as a demo? Because they may not know where to go, how to go, where to get there, what to see, what the value is of your software, how to configure it, how to set it up. And you then have to deploy a lot of resources, both via maybe email or by the customer success to get them started, when actually what they wanted was just get a high level experience with your product. And then the trial would be much more valuable to them and much more meaningful. Last but not least, right, this notion of low conversion rates. When people need information, they go to search, right, Bing and Google, and you go to YouTube to watch the how-tos, to learn, right? So if you got low conversion rate, let's use some of that technology that's available today to enhance that buyer experience inside of your trial, so that we can kind of provide this notion of a GPS, right? The GPS, we don't want to go from here to the store. We want to go from here, the trial, to them being a customer. So let's provide them with a roadmap, a guide to get them from, hey, they're starting to use a trial to now they're a customer. So let's explore that use case, and I'll show you how we can help do that. All right. So now, right, someone is trialing our software. It's make-believe today, right? This is my software so that I don't have to infringe on anybody or show anything I shouldn't show. So at the end of the day, right, all we're trying to depict here is the fact that some user is doing a trial with Amadim's technology, and we have made them aware of something via this badge, right? And this badge doesn't come from Amadim. It comes from those customer success applications like AppTrensic or Pendo or User IQ, right? They provide this notion of how to better onboard your prospects, et cetera. And what we're suggesting, though, is we want to take that process, right, and utilize this badge to pull, right, content based on where the user is in your trial, right? Again, that GPS notion. And we just think that instead of providing them with a static video or providing them with a bunch of words, right, PDFs, documents they have to read, why not give them a kind of an interactive searchable video that can perhaps be more useful to them? So click on that badge, welcome to Demo on Demand, Virtual Customer Success Manager. Can I show you how to increase your customer engagement now? Interested? Click here, right? And it launches, right, the video in a sense, right? It's launching our technology in this case, but.
Hey there, this is Alicia Avila. I'm with Amadim's customer success team, and I have some good news today. I'm going to share a little information.
So here, right, Alicia was talking about recommended questions, right? So you're pushing value, you're pushing information, which is not all that special, right? You can do that with documents. We're suggesting that because people like to consume knowledge, how-tos via video as opposed to the written word. Think about it. A gas grill manual is your preference, or a video on how to put together the gas grill is your preference, right? Of course, we want that video. So, and then at the same time, right, your platform can then introduce them to other, right, values in a table of contents type format that may be interesting to that prospect, because we want to keep them engaged. We want them to learn as much as we can about your application, about your value, about how you create value for them. And this is a way to interact with them that goes beyond the static or goes beyond that spoken word, or excuse me, that written word. So this use case is all about how do I help the conversion rate by giving my prospect, my buyer, right, a guide, a way to learn more about our application and stay engaged and stay interested. All right. So now we saw 4 use cases, and I think you'll agree with me that what we're trying to help you do is to increase your opportunities, increase your revenue, increase your sales, right? And if you are using the requested demo process today as one of the avenues for your buyers to get more experience with the product, the bounce rate's 85%. You're not capturing all the opportunities you can. And we showed you use cases around awareness, visit, sales, and sign up, right? Aligning with that product-centric, product-led approach that I think you can take back to your organization and start utilizing readily available technology today with everyday content, right? Your sales pitches or your demos can be used immediately to enhance, right, your organization's ability to align with a product-led, product-centric strategy. So a little bit of a commercial for us real quick. I'm Greg Dickinson again. I'm with Amadim, and we have a technology called Demo on Demand, and it combines that first avenue for getting information, Bing and Google to get the search, as well as YouTube, which is the how-to. 65% of all searches on YouTube are how-tos. People would love to get information and learn how to do things by watching. They retain better via video than they do the written word. So we combine those two to provide a way that your customer could go, your prospect can go, ask a question about your technology and be led to the 11th minute and 47th second when your demo is discussing workflow, or they ask a question about analytics and it brings them to 27 minutes and 10 seconds where you're talking about how your software adds value because you have some special analytic secret sauce. So Demo on Demand. If you want to learn more about Demo on Demand, come to our website, amadim.com. Give us a call. Send us an email. And by the way, for participating in this summit, we want to offer something of value to you as well. If you visit our website and you want to move forward with some kind of subscription, use that code. We'll add 6 months to any subscription you sign up for. So that gives you an ability to use our software, product-led, product-centric. Thank you all very much. I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me. Have a great day.